Okay. Kita akan pergi kepada learning standard yang kedua. So, this will be the last learning standard for today. So, learning standard yang kedua ini sebenarnya adalah learning standard yang pertama untuk subtopik yang kedua. So, subtopik kedua kita akan berjumpa semula dengan term yang kita dah familiar. Itu macam variance, standard deviation. Okay. But untuk group data, mesti kita akan nampak a few new terms. Okay. So let's look at the learning standard. So we have to determine a range. So kita dah belajar dah range tu apa. Interquartile range. So this is a new one. Interquartile range. Variance and standard deviation. So variance and standard deviation pun kita dah belajar in form 4. As a measure to describe dispersion for group data. So in form 4, kita ada juga learning standard ni. Cuma describe dispersion for ungroup data. So variance and standard deviation kita belajar in form 4 for a different type of data. So bagi group data, the formula will be a bit different. Okay. Sebab itu, since kita dah ada class interval, dia adanya perkataan interquartile range and range. Benda baru. Okay. So dia bahagikan learning standard ini kepada dua part. So kita akan buat pengenalan range and interquartile range. Kemudian baru kita pergi tengok macam mana nak kira variance and standard deviation. Alright. So range bagi group data. Okay. Range bagi group data macam mana nak kira adalah you get the midpoint of the highest class. Highest class bukannya bergantung kepada highest frequency. No. You cari midpoint of the highest class. So kelas yang paling tinggi sekali. So kalau minimum is 200, the highest is 800. Jadi pergi kepada kelas 800. That is what it meant. Okay, kemudian kamu minuskan dengan midpoint of the lowest class. Okay, so this is the formula. Jadi kita akan apply formula tu in our example. Okay, interquartile range is a bit easier. Kerana interquartile range, kita dah belajar quartile tadi. Dia datang daripada quartile. Jadi interquartile range, kamu akan ambil the third quartile minus dengan the first quartile. Itu saja. That is what it meant by interquartile range. So jadi you have a prior steps that you have to do. Maksudnya you have to find the quartile first. Baru kita boleh guna formula of interquartile range. Okay. So let's look at example 3. So since kita belajar pasal interquartile, so automatically kita akan ada ogive lah. Okay, example 3. Pak Hamidi had recorded the mass of pineapples that he harvested from his farm. The following frequency table, which is on the left, and ogive on the right, show the data that he obtained. Jadi ini adalah berat pineapple and then bilangan pineapple yang dapat. So determine the range and interquartile range for the data. Okay, let's look at range first. So range, kita kena berdasarkan class interval. So paling minimum 400, paling maksimum 999. Jadi Ni akan jadi our lowest class. 900 to 999 will be our highest class. Okay, nak dapatkan midpoint. Oh teacher, banyaknya 400 and 499. Banyak betul bilangan dia. Takkan saya nak guna jari saya? No. You can just use the formula for midpoint. Jadi, tulis range. Boleh nampak teacher tak buat besar sangat the table. Okay. So range, midpoint, formula midpoint, ambil je 400, kita kena highest kan, highest tolak lowest. So ambil 900 plus 999, you divide je by 2. Okay, and then minus, kita ambil yang lowest class, 400 plus 499, you divide by 2. Itu je, buat begitu. Okay, because the class is too big. Kenapa saya tambah, guys? Kenapa tak bagi tahu saya? Betul lah, 999. 900 plus 999. So here we'll get 949.5 minus 449.5. So tolak dua-dua. So you will get 500. Okay, so that is your range. Simple? Yes, very simple. Okay, let's do an interquartile range. So interquartile range mesti berdasarkan ogive. So kira dulu kita punya first quartile, bukannya Q1. Kita nak tahu kita punya cumulative frequency untuk first quartile. 1/4 times N. So N ni paling highest, which is 80. 80, so 20. So cumulative frequency untuk third quartile adalah 3/4 times 80. So jadi 60. Okay, pergi kepada 20. Warna apa yang pop up? Merah lah. Okay, 20. Dia kena pada sini. And then kita ada 60 just now. Okay. So once again, kita kena decide satu kotak ni berapa. So, beza 999.5 minus 899.5. So, bezanya is 100. Okay, so one box is equals to 100 divided by 10. So, adalah 10. Okay. So, let's look at the first quartile. Ada dua kotak, jadi 20. Okay. So, first quartile, 599.5. Kita tambah dengan dua kotak, iaitu 20. So, you get 619.5. Okay, third quartile ada satu kotak. So 799.5 plus 10. So equals to 809.5. Okay, so you dah dapat first quartile and also third quartile. Jadi kita boleh calculate the interquartile range. So interquartile range is equals to third quartile 809.5 minus 619.5. So the answer is 190. Betul ke teacher dapat ni? Oh, beza sikit. Sebab saya tengok graf ni begitu. It all depends on the graph lah kot. Okay, so whatever it is, you know the drill. Saya salah kira ke 599.5 plus 20. Betul? Okay. So you know how is it lah maksudnya. Steps by step. Kena kira dulu your cumulative frequency. And then find your quartile. Barulah interquartile range kita tolakkan third quartile and first quartile. So you get your answer 190. Okay, so that is about range and interquartile range. Alright, so the last part is about variance and standard deviation. Okay, so this is the formula. You can get it from the textbook. Cuma kita nak faham penggunaan formula. Okay, so we have variance. Once again, the symbol is the same as in form 4. And then kita ada standard deviation. Okay, and then sum of. Symbol sum of. Okay, so simbol-simbol kita X ni merujuk kepada midpoint of the class interval. So X refer kepada midpoint. F italic will always be the frequency. And X yang ada atap ke atas ni will be the mean of the data. Okay. So tengok variance dengan standard deviation, bezanya hanyalah square root. Okay. So variance, the sum of frequency darabkan dengan midpoint square. Midpoint square. And then you bahagikan dengan total frequency. So total frequency ni secara tidak langsung dia refer kepada N. Kita punya cumulative frequency. Alright, and then kita minuskan dengan mean square. So kalau kamu tengok kat sini, kalau data diberi kepada saya adalah frequency and class interval, first kamu kena cari midpoint dan midpoint tu saya kena square kan. Lepas tu kena darabkan frequency dengan midpoint square. So there's a few steps untuk dapatkan the first term ni. Numerator. Okay. So look, let's go through it. Saya dah buatkan table dan comel. Since that we have to fill it in. Sekejap The screen sekali lagi dia hang. Okay. Alright. So example 4. Our last example for today. The frequency table below shows the volumes of water to the nearest liters used daily by a group of families in a housing area. Okay. Calculate the variance and standard deviation of the data. So volume of water paling minimum is 150, maximum 209 liters. Okay. And then ni lah number of families that we have. Alright, so teacher dah salin balik volume of water and the frequency. Okay, so teacher tulis formula of variance and standard deviation. Variance je lah. Okay, so variance is equals to the sum of fx square divided by the sum of f minus mean square. Okay. Alright. So let's look. First, kena cari midpoint lah. Sebab you have to find midpoint square. Okay. So midpoint 150 until 159. So boleh guna jari. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 6, 7, 8, 9. So jadi midpoint kat tengah-tengah will be 155.5. Okay. Please do correct me if I macam congak dengan salah. Dia main congak je ni. Oh, salah juga. Oh, saya salah congak. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Guys, tolong betulkan saya kalau saya salah congak Okay. So 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. So 164.5. So and so on lah. Okay, 184, 194, 204.5. Okay, sekarang ready with your calculators. So buat dulu x square. X square, midpoint square. So 154.5 square give you 2387.0.25. Oh, nasib baik. Muat. Okay. And then 164.5 square, 27060.25. 174.5 square is 30450.25. And 184.5 square is 34040.25. And then 194.5 square, 37830.25. And finally 204.5 square, 41820.25. Okay. So dalam formula, it wanted fx square. Fx square. Jadi, kamu kena darabkan frekuensi dengan x square, letak dekat sini. Okay. So, buatlah. So, darab the first one. 154.5 multiply to 3870.25. So you will get 36. Oh my god. Banyaknya. Salah. Bukannya midpoint. F. So 8 multiply dengan 23870.25. So 190962. Okay, and then biasalah. So 12 multiply dengan 164.5. You get 324723. And then 15 multiply dengan x square. 456,753.75. And then 24 times 34040.25 is 816966. And then 20 times 37830.25, 756.605. And then 16 times 418 to 0.25 will give me 669.124. Okay. So untuk the first one, dia nak sum of. Sum of. Jadi you have to total all these. Total, tambah semua. Okay, you tambah. And then you tulis dekat bawah ni. So you plus, you will get 3215.133.75. Okay. Don't be scared of the numbers. Just go through with it. Okay. So this will be my sum of fx squared. Okay. Alright. Okay, the first one done. Okay, let's look. Total frequency. Total frequency. So ambil je frequency ni plus everything here. So plus. Ini semua. Tambah. So you will get 95. So this will be my sum of f. Okay, 95. And then kita ada mean square. So mean. So mean, formula of mean adalah sum of fx divide by sum of f. Betul tak? Frekuensi darabkan dengan midpoint. Sebab itu adanya satu kolom fx. Ini fungsinya untuk cari mean. So fx adalah kita ambil frekuensi multiply dengan midpoint. So you will get, so 8 times 154.5. So 8, 1.4.5. You will get 1236. Okay, and then 12 times 164.5, 1974. And then 15 times 174.5 is 2617.5. 24 times 184.5, you get 4428. 20 times 194.5, so 3890. And last, 16 times 204.5, get 3272. Okay, belum habis sebab formula of mean, you have to sum fx. So once again, fx ni semua kena tambah. So bila you tambah, you dapat 17417.5. Okay, so ambil ni, masukkan dalam formula mean. So 17417.5 divide by sum of f is 95. So kamu akan dapat mean 183.34. Okay, so barulah ini adalah our mean yang kita kena guna pakai dalam formula. Okay, so now we start. Ambil formula variance. So variance is equal to the sum of fx square. Jadi tengok yang hujung sekali ni. Paling panjang. So 3215.133.75. And then divide the sum of f, which is 95. And then you minus dengan mean 183.34. Dan mean ini ada square. Okay, so you will get 229.19. So nak dapatkan standard deviation, you square root 229.19. You will get 15.14. Okay, itu kamu guna formula. Now, so a word of caution here, bila kamu bagi jawapan akhir untuk variance, you have to give into decimal place. Sama juga dengan standard deviation. My screen is not showing. Is it hanging? Yes, it is. Okay, you guys can hear. Okay, alright. So your final answer must be into decimal place. Okay, contoh macam standard deviation, kita guna nilai variance di atas untuk di square root kan. Okay, word of caution here, bila kamu nak guna pakai balik nilai variance, make sure at least kamu letak decimal place kat belakang. Ini adalah 6 decimal place. Okay, so kalau kamu tekan calculator, kamu akan dapat sebenarnya variance equals to 229.18559 lah. 6 decimal place, right? Okay. So, jawapan akhir variance will be 229.19. Yes, correct. Tapi to use your variance to find standard deviation, kamu kena guna yang 6 decimal place ni untuk di square root kan. Okay, jangan guna yang 2 decimal place. You have to use the 6 decimal place. Jadi be careful on that. Why? It is because kita nak mengelakkan kesalahan dalam membundakan nilai akhir standard deviation. Okay, so here we want to avoid any careless mistakes. It is so sayang lah if you salah kat sini since your variance dah betul, tiba-tiba standard deviation salah. It is so wasteful of your marks. Okay, so hopefully this shows how you find your standard deviation and variance. So dia leceh, it's because we are dealing with big numbers, so a lot of numbers. Jadi for group data, we do not expect you to write everything in one equation. So you can use tables macam ni. Kemungkinan dalam soalan table tidak diberi, but you can make up your own table. Okay, so please remember, dalam table mesti ada midpoint, fx, x square, fx square. Wajib. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 benda. Okay. Alright, is there any questions? Okay. So kita dah belajar about range and interquartile range. So please remember, formula of range is just the midpoint of the highest class minus the midpoint of the lowest class. And the interquartile range is the third quartile minus first quartile. Okay, and then kita belajar pasal variance and standard deviation. It's just the formula here ada melibatkan midpoint. Okay, so if you want to know what's the difference between variance and standard deviation for group data and ungroup data, just look at your notes. Dia ada similarities supaya kamu mudah ingat. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, this formula will be given to you during the exam. Okay, in the list of formula. It will be given to you. However, apa yang tidak diberi adalah the explanation here. Okay, dia tak bagi tahu ni X tu apa, F tu apa, X yang ada atap ni apa maksudnya. This explanation will not be given to you. So you should understand that X here is supposed to be midpoint. Okay. And then dia akan bagi juga variance, ungroup dan group sekali. Tapi dia tak bagi tahu ini adalah variance untuk group data, ini adalah variance untuk ungroup data. They will not give that info to you. You have to know how to differentiate between the formulas for each type of data. Okay. Alright, so with that, we are done with the learning standard lah.